goddamn love the butt rug. I love the butt rug. And then this is
I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. It's on my face, I cannot hide from the mistake my parents made. I'm never moving on. Not made from love, a remnant of a selfish motive. Was I needed? Do I need it to go wrong? Polarized, inherent pain pumping through my veins. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. If I embrace the side of me, I only fuel the fire. But is it wrong for me to fight against the balance of my power? History in halves, one brain. I will break the chain. Oh no, tokori wa yoku moeru rame koru to boku no ai to kirai ni iru. Oh no, tokori wa yoku moeru rame koru to boku no ai to kirai ni iru. I love, I hate the same.
I want to get to know it better. Oh, okay. It's Hellraiser. That's fun.
Now I can only look up, and I gotta jump. I'm scared.
Hi, Nick. What?
Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you
Alright, folks. I'm gonna turn that down just a smidgen. Seems loud to me. Okay, well, we're gonna do something for myself today. I mean, all of this is for me. You guys are just along for the ride, but I like engaging with you guys. But today, we're gonna do a little bit of yapping first and foremost before we get into any game playing. So yesterday was World Cerebral Palsy Day. It was more of a kind of like an awareness event, more than anything, that is held by a global organization for the study and help of those who are suffering from cerebral palsy. An organization I was not aware of until the beginning of this year. Did Owl knock down my camera? No, it didn't. No, they didn't. Good. So how to get started on this? I'm not gonna talk too much about what it is, because we've already done that, and B, honestly, if you're really that curious, this stuff is a Google search away. I'm not here to be an encyclopedia. But let me give you the baseline. So, according to Cleveland Clinic, cerebral palsy is defined as, well, or not defined as, but here's what they have to say about it. Cerebral palsy happens when there's damage to brain areas that control muscle movement, or when those areas don't develop as they should. It is the main cause of childhood disability, and the symptoms and effects vary widely, and so do the treatments. But medical and technological advances mean that people with this condition are living with longer, fuller lives. To go on further, they actually do define it. I just had to scroll down. Cerebral palsy is a neurological condition that can present as issues with muscle tone, posture, and or a movement disorder. It's the result of damage to your brain during fetal development or another developmental disability that affects the way your brain develops. The signs and symptoms of CP appear early in childhood and can vary widely from person to person. The main effect of CP is that it disrupts control of muscle movement. Conditions that do this are also known as movement disorders. It may affect nearby brain areas and the abilities they control, but that isn't always the case. Having CP doesn't automatically cause someone to have an intellectual disability. So I'm going to expand on that a little bit by stating first, the world of medicine does not fully understand cerebral palsy. When I was first diagnosed, the diagnoses of cerebral palsy was very much akin to something like ADD, ADHD, what we have now with the autism spectrum, and things along those lines. Cerebral palsy is focused to be a neurological disorder that usually affects motor skills, like its head movement and things like that. But because of the nature of it, it can affect other areas as well, usually in the feel. So it can strictly be a neurological thing. It can vary all the way from just mild motor processing. So say, for example, in my case, I had to go through a whole lot of therapy, but we'll talk about that in a sec. But right now, most of the movement stuff is limited to twitching and sometimes motor processing. So say, for example, I think so most of the stuff that comes second nature to us in terms of movement. So you have a thought command and you move your arm out, and you know, it's like it's almost instantaneous. Sometimes I have to actually concentrate on a physical action. This is why sometimes I'll be thinking about doing something and then I'll actually go and do it. Usually doesn't take long because most times I've adapted well to this, but other times it rears its ugly head, and sometimes when I'm stressed, or sometimes when I'm see, we're having it right now. Sometimes when I'm like a little bit lost in thought, it'll take a little bit longer, and what might seem like a little bit longer on the outside might be a matter of like milliseconds, seconds sometimes. But it's not like I'll be like frozen or anything like that. It's not quite how it works. A lot of it, in my particular case, has to do with thought processing and stuff like that. I've gotten around most of the neurological part of things, and how they decided to do that was basically, I don't want to call it forcing the brain to adapt, but that's how it felt. Because they didn't really have anything better when I was a kid. That's really more or less what it comes right down to. But what was I gonna say? It doesn't just affect the physical end of things too, because of the fact that it deals with brain development, it deals with neurological factors, and it also deals with, it's usually, like, from my understanding, like a large majority of the time as a result of some sort of birth defect or some sort of birth injury, so injury during the birthing process. It's not necessarily limited to just neurological or physical things. Like in my case, which has not been properly diagnosed, but having lived in my skin for so long, there's some form of thought processing problem that I have. It's been considered mild, it has been misdiagnosed, it has been tried to be treated and tested, and I spent a lot of time as a guinea pig as such. And right now, part of me speaking on awareness, whoops, I hit my keyboard. Apparently that meant we switched scenes. Part of me speaking to my experience is trying to put out there the differences between how it was and how it is, and to kind of help me get that off my chest, because I've been carrying a lot of this for a very long time, and seeing as talking about some stuff last week seemed to be very productive. We're going to talk about this because it is very important. Not necessarily that the current audience understands this, but just that the world in general understands this, that not every person who has cerebral palsy has an intellectual disability. Not everybody who has cerebral palsy is like a vegetable, so to speak, physically. I don't like the use of that term, but that's what's generally accepted by, you know, let's call neurotypical people. So, so the story starts very plainly. When I was born, I was diagnosed very early. I don't know what point, with cerebral palsy. I don't know for what reason. The documentation on that is not very detailed and stuff that apparently I don't have access to, so I'm not quite sure. It was misdirected, mistreated for a little while. I found stuff later on, information through resources that I had at the time that were gained through, let's say, means that I won't be talking about. That it was likely through the course of medical malpractice through the birthing process that caused the cerebral palsy that I have. The doctor that is apparently responsible for this is no longer practicing. So, like, the worst that I could do is try and, like, file a civil lawsuit for something like that, or maybe something criminal, but, like, what would the purpose be? How would that help me? And I just can't imagine trying to hold somebody like that accountable that wanted to kind of sweep it under the rug. So I let that go a long time ago as kind of a moot point, because it was fighting for myself. I started my life feeling like a normal kid right up until I started going to school regularly, and it was made apparent almost immediately that I was different than the other kids, for reasons I didn't quite understand, because my parents, for all intents and purposes, tried to you know, make me feel no different than anybody else. They tried to make sure that I was just one of the kids. I was just you know, allowed to live my own way without any real consideration to my physiological problems, up until it started posing a safety hazard. By the time that I went to school, I'd went through all kinds of testing, and hi there, Ramona, thank you for coming in. We're just talking about, because today is, well, not today, yesterday was World Cerebral Palsy Day. I'm trying to speak on my experience. So, yeah. Early on in my life, there was a lot of testing. And I mean a lot. But a lot of it was trying to understand what I was going through. And it seemed almost like a desperation to find out. I spent a lot of nights in hospitals. Spent a lot of times in, like, soundproof rooms and doing, like, just testing my hearing, testing my response time to things, and, like, I can't quite place, because I don't remember a lot of the actual tests. I remember a lot of the auditory tests. I remember some of the physical response time. So, like, say for example, you see a light, then you push a button or something along those lines, you know, like as soon as you see it, push the button, just like stuff like that. I don't recall a lot about the actual testing. I remember how claustrophobic it felt, how cold and alone it felt, how little time I spent, you know, of that thinking about the whys and the hows, and just kind of taking it in, like soaking in the energy of what was happening around me, and wondering, you know, what was happening and why this was happening. I guess I was asking whys, but not like, you know, the usual why is this happening to me kind of deal. More like, why is this like this, I guess. I don't know. We're going back a long time, so it's really hard to kind of capture and articulate exactly what my thoughts were back then. But I remember the testing, and I don't remember exactly why it stopped. I think I went right from basically being tested to going into, they called it a special school, but I know that's just like parent talk for whatever the hell else it was. But it was absolutely chock full of kids like myself who had like developmental disorders of some sort. From stuff as, you know, from stuff like ADHD all the way to like full, like people would have like full like psychotic breakdowns, stuff like that. I saw kids go through a lot of shit in this school. I mean, myself included, because unfortunately, because how my cerebral palsy started to take form, a lot of it was not properly understood. So, as it not being understood, unfortunately, it started being lumped in with other potential disorders and being treated as such. And as you might understand, child me, I mean, did not take well to it, and so I created a lot of issues myself too. So that school, while it helped a lot, it also, and it was full of wonderful people, it also, you know, feels more akin to like what people would think of like a psych ward or something like that. I mean, it's just hard to articulate how much like a school and how unlike a school it was. I was there until about, I want to say, grade 4, where I was considered for proper school integration. I was not ready. I can tell you right now, I was not ready. But that might have been an insistence from my parents, being who my parents are. I got into our proper school system. At first it was part-time, and then quickly into full-time. And I felt so prideful because I felt like I was becoming one of the normal kids. As much as I hate using that term, that's how it felt. I remember that quite vividly. And then quickly went back over to, you know, standing out, because I was very clearly not one of the normal kids. And you know how kids back then, like when I was like, what is that? So just about 10 years old, just about. How kids at that age back then, 30 years ago now. And because the information given to teachers was very minimal, they were given, oh goodness, if I remember correctly, it was like a 2 to 3 sheet report on what it was done, like what I suffered from, and how to properly adjust the classroom and their learning. And at that time, and even mostly right now, the disorder is considered mostly a neurological, physical disorder with a potential for intellectual disabilities. That's still not completely understood. So back then, it was just, check his motor skills, make sure he's not, like, gonna break down into convulsions, things of that nature, this is what you need to do in case there's a medical emergency, things along those lines, right? Like, the teachers don't get special training on this, they just get a report. Well, I didn't know this at that time. I got through grade 4 and 5, and actually right up until, right up until grade 8, just thinking that there was something wrong with me. There was some reason that I would never fit in. Some reason that I would just never got any friends, never got a real traction. Like, I was considered myself a smart kid, and I was. And I was particularly skilled, like sports and what have you. Like, in general, I wasn't like a star athlete or anything like that, but I mean, you throw me in a baseball, a football, or a hockey team, and I did all right. For a kid. let's be completely fair there. I didn't really, I felt in my mind, what was I doing wrong? And I just never really truly understood until the day in one of my grade 8 classes that I was looking for something that was, oh god, what was it? Like, I can't remember what the object was, but I brought it into class. I wasn't supposed to have it. Teacher took it away. I went to the desk trying to find it, in like a recess or something like that, or so, maybe I got detention or something, I don't know. Point is, I went in there looking for it, and I saw a report with my name on it. I had, it was a letterhead. I had a letterhead from Government of Canada, something. And, I read it, and it showed me everything. And I still can't put words to how it felt. I wasn't upset. I didn't feel, betrayed or anything. I just felt like everything made sense. Like, everything suddenly just kind of clicked. I didn't quite understand it and how it propagated to me, because to that time, when I hear cerebral palsy, I didn't think, somebody who lived independently, without help, or without somebody being in a wheelchair, or needing constant assistance, or something along those lines, right? I didn't think that anything, I just thought what everybody else thought when I was that age. I didn't talk to my parents about it then. I didn't know what I'd say. I didn't talk to my teacher about it, because how the fuck was I supposed to know? I was digging around in their desk. So I had to hide it from them too. I didn't even really, there was no real open internet access at that time, so it's not like I could just hop online on my cell phone or some shit like that and just go, alright, let's do a Wikipedia search and 300 web pages and just do a fucking full deep dive on what this shit is. I didn't have that, so for the first bit, I think I just kind of brushed it off. It's very clear that this is not what's wrong with me. Because if it was, there would be something much more wrong with me. Okay, Ramona, that's okay. If you want to hear about all this, like, this stuff's gonna be on VOD, and I'll be posting it on my YouTube later. So don't feel. Twitch keeps freezing on you. Oh, am I just talking into the ether at this point? Okay, well, that's good to hear. So, I get through high school, and I've got this thing in the back of my mind. I never really, go back to it or think about it as, like, okay, this experience is because of this, or this experience is because I'm suffering from this. I don't really put too much thought on it, because, again, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, A, that it cannot be the reason for any of this. Because if it were that bad, I'd be having this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this stereotypical symptom, and I don't really have those. So, considering all the testing, all the therapy that I barely remembered at that time that I went through, I thought, well, okay, like, there's no way that can be it. There's no way that could be responsible for any of my lived experiences up to that point, in terms of, the abuse and the problems that I went through and what have you, in terms of, like, school and social experiences and what have you. So, I mean, I could tell you my entire fucking school experience, but I assure you that a lot of it was, like, how to put this? It was not a very totally positive experience, and most of it was because I didn't understand why the world was acting and reacting the way around me that it did. I felt like I was doing everything that I needed to, and I felt like I was doing everything right. And to a point, I felt as though I felt battled. It didn't feel like the world just being the world, and I was the one standing out asserting my will. It felt as though I was just doing what I needed to fit in. And unfortunately, I didn't understand that dissonance. The world did, because the world operates the way that the world and the society does. But I didn't get that. So I took it as being battled. I took it as continually being held down. I took it as continually being betrayed and belittled and hurt and hated upon, and all these things that nobody had any proper explanations for, because the world didn't have proper explanations for it. A lot of the people didn't even know what I was going through, much less, the people who actually had the means. So, fast forward a little bit beyond that, and I remember having a really big issue. Somebody had called in something really bad. Like, I think it was like a bomb threat at my school or some shit. I've been held responsible for it because, again, I was the kid who everybody thought of with shit like that. And, kids fucking talk, right? I did not do it. I will uphold that and think what you want. I don't care. I didn't do it. And I got a lot of shit. And it was at that moment that my principal at that time decided to get a chip on his shoulder above me. And shortly after that, a small course students decided to take advantage of that. How they heard about it, I have no idea. Like, my personal thing with this principal. I don't know how anybody caught word of it, because the only exchange that gave me an indication things were personal happened between me and him in his office, or whatever. The small course students decided to create this thing online. I think it was a live journal or some shit. It just said all kinds of crazy ass shit. Well, this, wouldn't you know it, this principal would not even need to see anything. Somebody like basically peeled it away. IP addresses were tracked back to my place. I don't know how the fuck they spoofed that, but one way or the other, it was tracked back to me. The account was not made in my name. Well, okay, it was used, like, they used my fucking name, but it was like the account was created at a different location, but it's somebody else's house. But each post, like on LiveJournal, how it works is each post had a traceable IP route to it. And I don't know, maybe they used the fucking Trojan on my fucking computer, or whatever the case may be. They found some way to post that shit from my IP, and regardless of any further investigation would have dug up, as me and my vice principal at that time was able to deduce, he decided to make my life a living hell and ruined everything in high school for me. He's the reason that I had to take additional credits after high school in order to get in college. So I had to struggle in adult education, which is basically if you graduated somehow with missing essential credits in order to get into high school, you go to these places, you learn the courses, you get those credits put on your record, and then you can apply again, and that, and the other. He was not a good man. He would have expelled me from school if it was within his power to do so. I was in that town. I was on a police watch list for a while. That was cleared up fairly quickly, but the reputation that comes with it does not. After that, in college, things actually got a little bit better because I was able to create more of my own reputation, my own energy, my own, personality, kind of be the person that I want to be. Unfortunately, there was still some of that, why is this kind of negativity happening to me? These negative things that are happening to me, why is it happening this way? I took this course of action, these things, at least potentially should happen, and yet it always seems to veer this way. And I went through college in a lot more control of myself and how things worked for me. But by that time, I had such a, I don't even want to say negative, but such a battled vision of the world and battled vision of people that it painted the experience. So while I still had a lot more power to assert who I am and what I'm becoming in my college years. I pulled a lot from my childhood and my teenage experiences with me, unfortunately. That didn't go completely well either, and I had mixed family experiences from there. and things on that end started. Well, actually, no. This was before this. This was just after the end of high school. That shit started escalating and escalating, and that energy, that feeling, continued and continued and continued until there was constant, like, lashing out, constant, just butting heads between both my mother and my father. And because they're divorced, there was a sense of one playing the other and using me as a pawn in that whole match. And I got to a point where I said, enough. You and you both need to sort your shit on your own. And I started asserting my power on that by basically fighting back directly, and neither of them liked this. They liked it when I fought against the other. They didn't like it when I turned it on them as well. And carrying that into my college years, fuck that. That didn't go well. So, I mean, fast forward a little bit further, and you start getting into my adult experience where I start questioning things, because I'm sitting here going, I'm getting sick and tired of shit going a certain way when nothing seems to be wrong. So, give me a second, guys. So a lot of it just boils down to this notion, this sense of, if something goes wrong, is it because of me? Is it because of something I'm doing wrong? Is it just circumstantially I have bad luck now kind of deal? Is it a CP thing? I can't say that. Is it a cerebral palsy thing? I don't feel comfortable saying that abbreviation because of the discussion we had last week. Is it because of something that's coming back? Because God knows that shit happens too. And I can't just not care about it. So I can't just like compartmentalize things and just shove it away. I do that a lot, don't get me wrong. Or I used to, at least. But like I especially can't do that now. And it's just I gotta tell you, it's not been a good time. And right from the word go, every single, and I mean with a lot of exceptions, don't get me wrong, but like 90% of the time when I've tried to talk to people, especially my parents or anybody in my extended family for that matter, when I try and tell them about my experiences and how it relates to CP, and then try and hold them accountable for never telling me about it, it's always brushed off, misunderstood. Or one time I remember very vaguely that I tried to bring it up and it was like, no, that you're not dealing with that anymore. That's why you went to therapy. That's why we spent all this money, why we went through all that. You don't understand, and something to that effect. And I just, so there was a point where I just kind of closed myself off about it. You know, I just kind of went like this and locked it up, threw away the key. I have it, and that sucks. But, you know, we're even in a state now where, like I said, it's not completely understood or known. So, what am I to do? What am I quite legitimately to do? It's you know, try and hold somebody responsible. It's probably dead now. Now that I'm thinking about it, because if he was like probably in his 30s or 40s when he delivered me, what are the chances he's still alive? try and hold him accountable now. No. In a way, I'm just kind of grateful that my daughter doesn't have to go through this. And just in kind of breaking that line here. I mean, I don't think I've ever read anything that said that cerebral palsy is like a genetic or a hereditary disorder, to my knowledge, anyways, off the top of my head. But it just, I'm so glad that she isn't going to have to live that experience. I mean, there's a ton of other things to worry about, but I just, yeah. It's that thing where everybody says that you don't know the wars and the battles that they're fighting every day. A lot of the people who have these problems, some of the people who suffer from this don't even know it. Like, they're going their entire lives without knowing it, and as such will never receive proper treatment. Not that knowing ever really, like, is a guarantee, but it's difficult. It's very difficult. And this today, of all fucking days. So I was planning to talk to you guys about things regardless today, because again, like I said, yesterday was World Cerebral Palsy Day. I thought it was today, but I had plotted it in a thing that I have at the beginning of the year. And I guess I had said, you know, okay, I'll do an event on the stream day as opposed to, you know, on the day itself. And later on, I had interpreted that as the 7th today is the day. It is not. But I just, I planned on talking about it. And wouldn't you know it, before I got even the chance to even think about what I was going to say, one of the main reasons I have an issue with this decided to crawl up in my DMs today on Facebook Messenger. My father. And you know what? I used to have reservations, you know, who's gonna see this? Who's gonna tell somebody? Who's gonna... You know what? If you see this, Dad. First off, hello. Why is it you only dig up information when you've got some shit to dig up on me that you want to use against me? First off. Second off, have a good day. See you again, never. But he crawled up in my DMs today. And he asked me why I frozen him. Why I freeze him out of my life. My first impulse was to say, well, okay, if you could have any sense of retrospection and accountability for the last 30 years of my life, then, you know, you would have a few answers at least. At least you might feel guilty about something, but I did not. I asked him, what do you mean by frozen you out of my life? I didn't block him or anything like that. I didn't, like, block his phone number. He can text me, he can message me. So my first thought was, like, kind of incredulity at first, because I'm sitting here going, well, okay, what the hell do you mean? And then he comes back, you know what, I'm not going to say verbatim, because, you know, he says I completely cut him out of my life, and instead of like returning with anger, I just said, I give the energy back that I receive, essentially. Also, thank you for asking. I'm having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a good one too. I mean, that was a little bit of sass and sarcasm, yes, I realize, but it's one of those things where it's very clear that you message with an intent to get something from me. When you don't open with, hey, how are you doing? Like a normal person does when they're just engaging in conversation. Hello, how's it going? How are the kids? What's going on with your life? You know, things are okay. And then you launch into the real shit. No, it's immediately, and it's hilarious, like, very classic right of center type shit to start a conversation that you're clearly gonna have an attitude with 2 thumbs up on Facebook. Like, if that's not like a fucking red flag right there, I don't know what is. Or like, hey, this snark was very real. Yes, it was. Or like, hey, I'm feeling sad that I'm not in your life. Not, why are you doing this to me? See, I think I would have returned snarkily with, hey, I'm feeling sad that I'm not in your life. Well, then fucking message me more often. Try not this. Try not this. And the first thing I went through, I just, like, I actually, and this is the CP relevance to this, because I had a fucking thought. I was like, what did I do to bring this on? It's not unreasonable for me to expect my own father to want to converse with me, right? It's not unreasonable for me to expect my father to open a discussion like this with a, hello, how are you doing, right? Like, that's not me being unreasonable. That's not the CP talking, is it? That's not, like, I talk to everybody says this thing, okay, then why is this happening? But then when I try and talk to the angle of, some people are just bad, you can't talk about that way, you can't talk that way about your father. He's very clearly got his own reasons and his own things going on. It can't just be as simple as, he's just terrible, he's doing terrible things. No, it could never be that simple, so what the heck is it? So yeah, that's the thought process that happens with shit like this sometimes. And some shit that's not even sometimes not as like this, and sometimes with shit that's worse than this. And that's why sometimes when I get stressed out or something like, oh man, the Star Ocean thing, I don't know if Star remembers this, and we have a good laugh about it from time to time. But when I have a breakdown, I get really, really upset. That starts the thought process start firing off, and a lot of it I'll internalize because I don't think people want to hear this. I don't think people want to try to understand. It is extremely frustrating. You can see how energized and how excitable I was getting in going through that thought process. Like, it's exhausting. And I'm looking back now, and when I was trying to prepare for this event, I was looking at a lot of pages and things like that, and a lot of like web pages and different sites and different causes and what have you. And a lot of it seems to focus on the child to young adult phase of things. And I was like, what about adults? Do the adults just get left behind? Is that it? Is it just too late? And I just... So... Anyway. So yeah. That's been my experience. I'm trying really hard to kind of keep it together a little bit. So that way we can go to break. I can get some liquids in me, maybe some food, and then come back and we can play some video games and have a good time with that. Actually, I gotta switch laundry too. So, thanks, guys. Thank you. So I'm going to take that break now because I need to. And I'll be back shortly. And we can play some video games and do some very not real stuff. Alright, catch you guys later. It doesn't work. What the hell? Oh, is that a provisioner from Sanctuary? That's hilarious. Just swimming. Swimming. Alright. So no doors? No doors? I'm not letting this fool me into a false sense of security. That means something else fucky this way comes. And a lot of people say, well, YouTube's a great place to get started if you're, new to what the heck? Hey! Whoa! Jesus. I got a donation on coffee from Shelby Cat. Thank you so much.
Azura's like, hello? 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 Geodes? Oh, damn it. Star's like, hello? 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 Seeds?
They're yum in your tum tum. You fucking heard it here.
Strike, I think we can go with a
Hey
family
Vincent,
attack on
can we
the
get a
other
break?
and
A
just
what?
kind
A
of
break.
auto out. Ah, we finally got to see one. There we go. Enemy kind of taking a break. Yes, silly bitch. I love Nanami for the record. I think she's an absolutely wonderful character. One of my favorites in this game, hands down. And there's a lot to choose from.
And that's all she wrote. And then we get the star, and then we prompt. You know what, Claire? You should call them zero context and just call up their customer service and be like, hey, yeah, I hope you're having a good day too. Listen, do you allow pickles? No. Do you allow pickles? I don't know what shipping is. Do you allow pickles? I don't know what kind of box I put them in. Wait, do I look like some kind of packaging expert? That's why I'm calling you guys. Do you allow pickles? Oh, wrong button. Oh, oh, stoned. Oh, Ed Belfour, man. Flashing the leather on that one. Oh, son of a bitch. What a nice play. Oh, beauty. I hate that he did it, but fuck, was that save sexy. They're displeased because you're going to ruin Link's life. Good.
A lot of the nights we grow no. I need fertilizer.
Whoa.
That was cool.
That was amazing. I'm clipping the shit out of that. Oh. I think that's the first bolt I've actually seen on
Any
screen.
gems you get that we've already donated, sell them.
I mean, sure. Can I get a translator, please? I think the game just puked. Sorry, couldn't hear it. You could barely hear it on the headphones here. But the thing kind of squatted. It said in the text box, it sounded like it was, or it said it was getting curious, and it sounded like it just broke when, like. You know what, Claire? Zero context. Just call up the customer service and be like, hey, yeah, hope you're having a good day too. Listen, do you allow pickles? No. Do you allow pickles? I don't know what's given. Do you allow pickles? I don't know what kind of box I should put them in. Do I look like some kind of packaging expert? That's why I'm calling you guys. Do you allow pickles? And that's all she wrote. And then we get the star, and then we follow. What the fuck? Sure. 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 Wanna know what else is tricky? Are we good? Sorry about that, guys. Alright, awesome. Just in time for food to be just about ready. Wait. Did I save at a proper save point? Yeah, it looks like. Alright. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. I'm gonna pull my food out and then we'll get to the game proper, okay? Alright, I'm back. And now I have Noms with me. Alright, let's get this done, shall we? We are nomming mini pizza today. And I have my water. And I have the meat box. Let's not forget the meat box, even though it's almost empty. I have approximately 4 meats exactly. Depending on the meats. Huh. Okay. Fair. We've been working on this box for a while, Spook. That's the original meat box that was anonymously purchased from me. I mean, okay, I messed up. As you understand, I'm a little bit out of it, so I didn't quite catch that right away. Oh yeah. Putting stuff on YouTube is just painful. for a variety of reasons. I hope you don't ever have to run into copyright issues. Okay. Oh shit. Alright. Alright, well, why even talk to me then? You jackass.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, I don't think I've tried to do 2 months worth of videos at once. I would imagine YouTube would have an issue with that. I think the most I've tried to do at once was like 4 or 5, and I had issues with that. I mean, it wasn't in the line of like, it just takes forever. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just simply not doing it. But I've also seen it give me the same trouble with 1 or 2 at the same time. I think YouTube is just very temperamental.
Let's get funky. Eat this. Go for it.
And yeah, I will note throughout the stream I have put the cerebral palsy ribbon, as it were, around. I know it is not Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. That is back in March. I will not be leaving it up on the stream. That's just a today thing.
Go for it.
Oh, what are you doing, Jack?
Take this.
thank you guys for. I didn't say this, but thank you guys for sitting through that first hour. It was a lot, and I really, really appreciate you guys sitting through it. Been making more of a habit of trying to thank you very much, Star, and thank you, Duke. I've been trying to make more of a habit lately of being present with my emotions and letting myself feel them. And the same goes for my thoughts and my feelings as well. Like, I'm trying to just generally be present with myself and make it okay for me to feel and think certain things. It doesn't always go well, I'm gonna be completely honest, but you know,
Go for it.
I'm trying. Thank you, Star. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Drew. Why? I don't like mazes, especially the mazes that are not mazes at all. I just like when it's fucking twisty and windy for no reason. I was going to say it today, but the morning got away from me. Well, that is how it goes sometimes.
Go for it. Eat this. Let's get funky. Eat this.
Okay, okay. I think this one we could just use our normal weapons. Yep, yeah. Just, I had this, like, I don't know what to call it, like, this premonition that something was going to happen, and then I get that message from my dad, and I'm just like, alright, so that's a thing that's happening. Alright, cool. So it was like in line with the, like, now I have something to talk about in relation to cerebral palsy. It's like, well, okay, one of the main reasons I struggled with it messaged me today. How about that shit? I mean, truthfully, thankfully, it wasn't like anything super bad or anything like that. Like somebody was hurt or what have you. So I'm just trying to kind of keep things in perspective.
Leave it to me.
Just go with this, with nothing else. Let's move forward. Upward and onward, as they say.
Persona.
Didn't realize those enemies in the middle there had the ability to charm my party. That's not good. Thankfully, it seems that they don't use it all that often. They just use way more powerful stuff. Oh shit. I didn't do the healing. Why didn't I do the healing? Oh boy. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? There we go. I presume this room up here is going to be a save point, right? No, treasures. Okay. It's fine, so long as there's no battles in here, I really don't care. I have healing stuff, so. Is there a treasure in here? Not usable. Also not usable. Fucking Christ. At least not now, anyways. Yeah, there's a couple of them in this dungeon like this that are just meant like literally like, hey, so I heard you like treasure. Well, fuck you. Basically. Oh, is this literally just a path for fucking treasure too? Like, god damn it. Gotta get them some treasure. Bitches love treasure. You wanted magic items to help you? Fuck you. But if this were a D&D session, one of those chests would likely be a mimic. It'd be hiding amongst other real chests. Cause that's what I would expect. Is one of those chests to spring to life and try and eat me. You've been eaten for sure. That is probably like one of, like, as far as like D&D things are concerned, I think like even above like owlbears and shit like that, I think mimics are some of the most terrifying things ever. Like just hands down. I'll never forget the first time Miniju encountered a mimic. They fell in love with them. I just, like, it's not the jump scare factor or the fact that, like, you know, they lie in wait and they are disguised as something, it's usually when it's set up as like, because mimics, if I remember correctly, they can mimic anything they come in contact with, right? So that means that technically they can mimic like human beings and other types of objects and things like that, right? It's the idea that mimics are basically the thing for Dungeons and Dragons, and the idea that it can be anything, anywhere, for any reason, it really just depends on how demented your DM is. Like, there's some, so my understanding is it really depends on the system you're playing in. Generally speaking, so like some will have it where it can only be inorganic objects, where others it could be anything. I'll have to look that up, but I've seen concepts where like anything can be a mimic. And it's like if you go into a dungeon where you see one and it takes the form of a treasure chest, like that was the dumb one. Where's the smart one? Are you here on a rescue mission? Are you sure you have the right place? Like, it gets to the point where it's like, what if it's like even just a floor tile? Like, what if it's a trap? Like, in and of itself, is it a trap, like a trap tile? I don't remember for sure the official ruling. I want to say inorganic is official, but we've homebrewed so many things these days. Yeah, truth. Okay, so yeah, this was just a treasure path. That is a fucking pain. Alright. So, that sucked. Oh, Owl's out there making friends with the camera, it looks like. I may have to go reposition it. She seems to be playing fair right now, which is good. She actually looks like she's in a good mood. Which is not usual for Owl. Owl's usually kind of like just on top of you at all times. Nice. But now the rest of the attacks are basically just not gonna do. Oh, well. Okay. Alright. That's not gonna do anything. Nice. particular reason we're using this persona? It's at max rank. Like, we should have Lilim on, right? Oh, that's why. Okay. How is its stats? Its stats are not great. I mean, all of their stats are not great. The exception to, well, there's Lilim and then there's everybody else. Oh, never mind. Wrong. I did that wrong. So this one should be okay, right? Oh yeah, holy shit. Look at that vitality. Oh boy. I don't know how many floors I gotta go back down, otherwise I just go back to the beginning of the dungeon. No, no, no. Nice. Camera doing okay? Yeah. Huh. Owl's done fairly good about avoiding it. Would you like to get into the window, kitty? I'll be right back, guys. Oh, now Kitty just wants attention. Okay. Fix the camera up a little bit so that way you can actually see things. How do I do that again? Jesus, exposure is already turned way up. Well, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Meow. Okay, can I play video games now? Is that okay? No, kitty. This is my office chair. That desperately wants to poke me in the butt. Wait, I just came from there, right? No, I did not. I am going to dislike this place.
Leave it to me.
Alright. You want to say hello to the internet, cat? Is that what it is? Come here. Now. Don't be forcing button presses, cat. You think so? Ow, 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 ow. You're not happy with just sitting in my arms? Ah. Oh, God. Give this cat an inch and it'll try and park a truck through. I'm telling you. Okay, I let you on my tummy. That is not consent to use your claws on me. Okay, Owl. I'll put you back down. Oh, okay. You made your point. It's very clear you do not want to sit up here. Oh, ouch. No more, kitty. No more. Daddy bleeds enough because of you. If you drop this chair and scare the shit out of me, we are done. There we go. That way I don't have to go through that bullshit again. What? The cinnamon toast fuck is that? It says arachne. Arachne? Whatever it is. I'm gonna try and talk to it. Sarcasm. Alright. What are you doing, cat?
Go for it! What's up? Eat this!
Like, this is windy and it serves no purpose other than to just stretch the time you spend in this dungeon on and increase the time that you end up fighting its monsters. I gotta say, I don't really care for it. I don't like it, Mr. Horse.
Leave it to me!
Oh, shit.
Eat this! Let's get funky!
So does it just absorb everything elemental? No, it just absorbs all spells. Alright, fucking fucking-tastic. So anyway, I started shooting.
What's up? Eat this!
Of course, I set the camera up so the cat can go in the window, and the cat doesn't touch the fucking window. Alright, there we go. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. Right, so elemental attacks are pretty much out. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna take a bit of an early BRB. I need to kind of clear my head still a little bit. Starting to doze off there for a second. It's now time for D&D. I'll be lurking now. Have a good rest of the stream in case I don't make it back before the end. Well, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate you. Enjoy your D&D, and I'll be here. And on that note, I'm gonna BRB real quick. I'm gonna have the second part of, or get the second part of my lunch started, and like do a little walk, clear my head a little bit. So I'll be back.
So no doors? No doors?
I'll be back.
I'm not letting this fool me into a false sense of security. That means something else fucky this way come.
Wait, is that it? Holy shit! Holy shit! Sup, Ryken, and thank you for the follow, Zach. Wow! Holy shit! All right, so sorry to catch you up. I've been walking around like a dummy, trying to find this character, when all I had to do was stand in that stationary spot, that specific stationary spot. There is only one video and it's in frickin' Japanese. I mean, sure. Can I get a translator, please? I think the game just puked. So this is your tasty rumor?
Like to know where you learned wingdings.
Zora's like, hello? 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 Geodes? Oh, damn it. Star's like, hello? 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 Seed?
Really wrapped up. Alright. Alright, apparently I'm gonna see something. The fuck did I just...
Fuck. Alright, who's... Fuck! Fuck! Yeah! Gotcha, bitch! Oh! Oh, that was fuck! God damn it!
And a lot of people say, well, YouTube is a great place to get started if you're, you know, new to... What the heck? Hey! Whoa! Jesus. I got a donation on coffee from Shelby Cat. Thank you so much.
Even matches my speed.
Someone who does everything you do is so annoying. My dear, stop.
This one.
Oh, yes. Careful, everyone.
Fire!
Oh, almost. Fuck. Did a fly just fucking fly in my mouth? Oh, look up.
Hey Benson, can we get a break?
A what?
A break.
Well. Yeah, level up. I just swallowed a fly.
Kind of iffy. I think I paid a lot more attention to it when they included Pyramid Head as one of the, I think it's called the killers, like that's the villains. When they included Pyramid Head in there as kind of a Silent Hill crossover, I was like, I didn't say Nifty, did I? When did I say Nifty? I mean, I said it now just twice, but...
Yes, I will come milk you in a second.
And I'm not usually a let's go have something sweet kind of person.
I don't know if I've ever actually had mics. Don't, because they are too good, and you will likely drink yourself silly. They're yum, yum. They're tum, tum. Fucking pretty good.
And I can play everything in hand. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. I can deal with this. I can definitely fuck with this hand. That's for sure. And phrasing. I didn't even think about that. I can fuck with this hand.
They're displeased because you're going to rooms when it's like...
Good.
Differently loved. Ah, shit. Just like I'm about to differently love these animals. No, not like that yet.
Raising?
Is happening. Suspicious as hell. Just show us the balls, Gary. And you know what? I'm regretting having said that. You know what, Claire? You should call them zero context and just call up their customer service and be like, hey, yeah, I hope you're having a good day too. Listen, do you allow pickles? No. Do you allow pickles? I don't know what shipping is. Do you allow pickles? I don't know what kind of box I put them in. Wait, do I... What the fuck? Sure. Hey, that means something else fucky this way comes. Oh, wrong button. Oh, ooh, stoned. Oh, Ed Belfour, man. Flashing the leather on that one. Oh, son of a bitch. What a nice play. Oh. Beauty. I hate that he did it, but fuck, that save sexy.
Oh, thank God. Oh. Thank you, President LePant, for the single most important item in this entire game that should have came with Vicky in the first place. Thank God.
Wanna know what else is tricky? You hugging the floor. Oh, there's no way you could have gathered what that was from from doing that for the first time. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh. Oh, man. They're yum, yum. They're tum, tum. You fucking pretty here. It doesn't work. What the hell? Oh, is that a provisioner from Sanctuary? That's hilarious. Just swimming. Alright. Here's sunfish, a common river fish. And then pike, a freshwater fish that's difficult to catch. Like, I don't even get, like, good lore. You know? Like, I don't even get good fish lore. Fucking F minus. So, I walk into the restaurant. There is a normal prompt for a cook-off. Okay. Cooks are facing off. Barbara's face down on the ground. Okay, maybe a choking incident? No. The challenging cooks came in and said, I poisoned your storage person, and we're gonna withhold the antidote that we're holding right here unless you beat us in a cook-off. The commander, being my MC, says, then a cook-off it is! And then we have a cook-off, to which I win. I get a pasta recipe of all things, said antidote, and then
Hello, everybody. Hello? Is my mic on? Or are the captions just borked? Thank you, Star. Okay, thank you. So it looks like it's just the captions then, which is fine. I can just fix the captions. I haven't had to do that in a while, so I guess I should be grateful. Alright. Is that better? Yes. There we go. Alright, awesome. Let's get back to it then, shall we? Alright, guys. I have absolutely zero expectations for this dungeon. Like, the guide that I was reading for this was not helpful at all, and it's been relatively helpful over the last little bit. So I'm going into this like entirely blind, and I'm not sure that I like it. But at least I can get through these battles halfway decently. So I'm appreciative for that. Oh, there we go. Now we have a cat. So let's see if we can actually see.
Leave it to me.
Kind of. Oh well. She's enjoying herself. That's what matters. I'm beginning to wonder if there's speed runs of this game. Like, there's not a very, like, without using, like, tool assistance, I don't think this game can really be speed run so much. Oh, bless me. I stand corrected. There are, and I am surprised. Japanese version, apparently, you can blow through the Japanese PSP version. You can blow through in about 3 hours. The American PC version you can blow through in about 3.5. Does not look like they're tool assisted because they're considered console speed runs. So that's interesting. Oh no. Well, I don't like this at all. It's a completely dark room. Okie dokie. Sure. Let's see if we do it through emulators, see if they're much shorter. Not much difference in the emulator versions. I'm just wondering if... Okay. Yeah, so completely legitimate runs, apparently. Was not aware that speedrunning for a game like this was a thing that happened. I mean, it's not like it's a burgeoning community or anything like that, because it's still like, I think it's only like 6 entries in the several years that this game's been around. So... but I'm surprised there's any at all, for that matter. Oh shit. Guess I should just hit that one in the face, huh? I don't understand why a curse. Well, I mean, I suppose curse it makes sense. Alright, never mind. This would be like, why does a curse spell continue to do additional damage after the fact? And I was like, wait a second, I just answered my own question. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, guys. Is that gonna absorb as well? No, thank God. Alright, I don't even care that Mackie didn't make it. Oh, beauty. Whew.
Help me!
Please tell me that's a save room. Like, I'm just about super done with this place. Because if that's a save room, there's a good chance that we have we've got the end of the dungeon coming up, which is ideal.
Persona! Let's get funky!
Then we can get back to like streams being actually somewhat progressive. Before we do that, in case we picked up any equipment as a result of battling, I don't think so. I'm glad I checked. Got a weapon for, I can't remember, Mark is his name? Ah, another treasure room. Okay. Please don't tell me this path was all for this one treasure room. Like, I'm okay with going out of my way for treasure, but this place's treasure rooms have been fucking ridiculous. Especially considering the treasures that have been in here. This place is, the treasures are, they're bad. And, like, a thing called present, like, the fuck is the deal with that? It's a fucking fusion item. Alright. So, like, Bupkis in that room. Alright, fantastic. It's the best fun. It's the only fun. It is all of the fun. I'm gonna say it now, this is definitely not my favorite of the series. Like, I went into this thinking, oh man, I'm gonna wax nostalgic the entire time. This is gonna be so fun.
Help me!
Persona! Eat this! Let's get funky! What's up?
Oh my god, is it quite literally the fucking just a treasure room this entire path? I went this entire way for a fucking treasure room? Please tell me that's not the, okay, there we go. I was about to lose my shit a little bit there. There's the save room. Okay. So does that mean the end is near? Well, for this dungeon, I mean. I don't think we're quite clearing this game just yet. I did the wrong thing.
Let's get funky.
Well, that could not have gone much better. I'll take that. Oh, here we are. Someone's collapsed on the floor. It's Ragey. Yo, Ragey, hang in there. Ugh, damn it. Youth oft destroys itself, a common failing of headstrong boys. You bastard. Kendori, we meet again. You've messed with us for the last time. You low-down, dirty coward. I'll shove your dirty tricks down your throat. Aki, he's not your daddy. Don't you know that? Pfft, you can't hurt Daddy. It seems you've endured unspeakable hardships, all for vengeance's sake. Where's the compact? Give it back. It's right here. The two compacts reunite in my hands. I have you to thank, young man. You snake. What's your plan for the compact? Show them, Aki. Okay, Daddy. I'm still not trying to pronounce that. What is this? A mirror? It's my ambition given shape. Now witness its power. What is that? Don't tell me that's our town. That's right. It's my new castle. I call it Deva Yuga. A worthy name for something that will usher in a new shining era. The whole town disappeared. Kandori, you devil. I can't believe you did that. The mirror of chaos is just what I've yearned for. How exquisite. It's no mere compact. You've all seen its majestic power. I've acquired the power to make my desires reality, and yet my captions are still breaking. Let's try this again. There we go. Alright. Power over the dimensions without need for the Deva system. Yes, I'm starting to see now. The compacts of the Deva system were only laying the groundwork. Now, I will become a god on Earth, and a god has only one duty: to wield the rod of judgment upon the wayward human race. I get it. You're planning on annihilating humanity. Like hell. I won't allow it, wow. I won't allow it, Kandori. Such senseless defiance. A rod of judgment, no less. I'll now return to the real world. Do you despise me? If so, then follow me there after defeating this. Ugh. You son of a... Objects of one's desire cannot be easily obtained, but the joy of overcoming obstacles to obtain them is the highest bliss. So speaks your new god. Wait! It is showtime! I'll make you dance. A dance of death. We can't waste any time. Let's get this over with quick. I'll make you eat those words. So you say. I'm counting on there being at least one ability that this boss uses that will severely change the direction of this battle. There's no way it's gonna be that easy. There's no way. Alright, so physical attacks on their own, like regular physical attacks on their own, not worth it. Alright, just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright. Oh, I'm fuzzy though. Fix that. There we go.
Let's get funky.
I feel like I'm missing something here. We're gonna go out of Stream Manager for a quick second. Okay, so I'm gonna want to have somebody be able to use fire, or what is the other one? Fire or wind? So fire and wind. Okay, yeah, so it looks like pretty standard boss fight, looks like. Bring this back up. Alright, could have sworn health drop is what? That's just earth damage. Okay, never mind. So he doesn't really have anything that would fit in there. Ooh, okay. Auto mods getting turned on to this stuff now. Alright. Twitch is getting better at this stuff.
Leave it to me.
I'm not taking nearly enough damage to really be worried about anything at this point.
Go for it.
Oh shit. Is that supposed to be the ability that does me in? Not very good.
to me. Leave it to me. Eat this. Ow. What's up?
Oh, nice.
Eat this. Persona.
Oh, there we go, finally. Something resembling a pretty devastating attack.
Persona.
Help me!
Persona. Eat this. Leave it to me. Eat this. Let's get funky.
Is this like a phase now? It hits a certain HP, and then just starts using that ability. Sorry, just sending a report on that wonderful user that both Sari and I got on top of. We're working in tandem. less scary. Ha, nice.
Help me!
Is this literally just attrition? I feel like this is attrition. I'm sorry, I kicked the camera by mistake. It's probably the first time in a long time that I've kicked it. Just means I'll have to move over a little bit.
Help me!
You filth. Are you really sons of man? There we go. Oh, look at all that experience. Oh, everybody guaranteed to level up. Yo, Reiji, you still alive? Ugh. Where is he? You dummy. We told you, you couldn't do it alone. He went back to our world. Then what are you waiting for? Hurry after him. We can't. How the hell do we beat a guy with that kind of power? Never mind that. How do we even get back to our world? There must be a way. That's the kind of bastard he is. He's still toying with us. Reiji's right. There must be some way. For once we're in agreement. Yeah. Maybe they're the place where there were rumors of people being spirited away. The haunted mansion. I used to sneak in there all the time when I was a kid. Ma would get so mad. It's in the same place here as Sebek. It's in our world. It's certainly possible. Oh, give it up already. Some things are impossible no matter how hard you try. We've been wasting our time from the start. You can't give up. Isn't this about your world, your future? Are you just going to let someone walk all over it? You're fine with just throwing it all away? Well, I'm not. I like this town. I like all of you. I like me. And I can't just stay quiet and watch the things I like be destroyed. It's just not something I would do. Alright, your leader's back in action. The worse the bad guy, the stronger the hero looks. Let's go. The things we like, huh? Looks like no one has any more complaints. Let's get to the haunted mansion ASAP, Azure. So that's it. not going through that again. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alright, we have to go south. I think today... Oh, Sari doing the God's work again. They've changed their approach a little bit. I think we're gonna have a early stream and today as well. I'm starting to fade already. First hour was like really really a lot, so just get this done. We got that dungeon and boss fight done. I think that's good. Maybe I'll make up for it some way, somehow. Doing the last couple of streams short. Let's see if we can take any on. We have a rank 34 and everybody can equip it. Alright, let's replace a low rank. Can we create one that's a decent level? Wow, everybody's up there. Let's see what Anjo can get up to. Bridget? Ooh, that's a nuclear one, that's right. What about you? Okay, we should go over that later. I'll have to try and remember. Whoops. Let's see if I can do this before break. So... thanks to everybody for sticking it out and listening to me yap for the first hour. Really appreciate it, everybody. I truly do. Let's go. Bump. Bump, bump. You're very welcome, Star. Sorry I wasn't a little bit more upbeat. It's very clear that I'm still kind of tired. And, there's a lot on my mind. So, you know, this is a thing that happens sometimes. But I appreciate you guys sticking it out and hanging out and chatting with me. My next stream will be on Wednesday, same time, same game. I'm briefly contemplating maybe doing one tonight? Question mark? I don't know what I'd be doing or how I'd be doing it or how long. But I am contemplating it, if only because last couple of streams were a little bit early. So I want to make it up. One way or the other, we'll figure things out. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. It really meant a lot. From the bottom of my heart, I really mean that. So thank you again. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I am out of here, guys. Have a good one.